Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to come on this morning and talk. You guys get to stare at my dash while I talk because I drive for a living, and just wanted to ask if everybody else is having a weird, rough week. Like, I feel like all my friends and family are going through it today and this week, and I'm not exempt from that. My partner is not exempt from that. Like, his daughter's going through some stuff. Like, my car is gotta go in the shop tomorrow, which it's minor. It's first world, but you know, I feel like so many people are going through so much right now, and I know that the world has never been exempt from problems and, you know, day-to-day like inconveniences and stuff like that, but I just feel like nowadays it's more prevalent. Like, I see so many just bad issues that people are having. Like, they can't pay their bills, their health is bad. And I mean, I'm not ignorant to the fact that we have all this processed food we never had before, and, you know, sedentary jobs, sedentary lifestyles. And I hate to bring it up, but I have to bring it up because it is part of me. The devil is on this earth just prowling around, you know, and people just let him get a hold of their lives. You know, and I found the more I turn to God and pray, the more I am tried in my life, because if you're a child of God, you're going to have trials, and more trials than most people, because if the devil already has you, do you think he's really going to go after you? No. Why? He has you. Why would he try to go after people he already is in possession of, you know? I don't mean demonic possession. I just mean, like, you know, in his clutches or whatever. But I don't know. I need to pray more. I'm in the car alone a lot. I need to pray more, and I know that I don't have many followers. I know that no one watches my videos yet, but I hope that changes. And I hope that in the future I can pray for people that need it. I mean, if you're a praying person and you know just how strong and powerful like prayer is and how much it changes people's lives, then you know what I'm talking about. It's good to have people in your corner to pray for you, to pray over you. I have had many people praying for me in my life, and it's kept me out of so many things that, you know, I would have otherwise been in trouble with, I guess. I am fortunate that my issues this week are just kind of minor. You know, I got to put my car in the shop. My daughter's having issues with her school laptop, like things like that, that just, the little nitpicky stuff that adds up, and it makes you feel like your life is out of control when it's really not. I know there are people that battle cancer, that are homeless, that, you know, have so many issues, and my heart hurts for people who don't have a home, whether it be a human or an animal. And my hope in this channel is at some point, someday, I will be monetized and like spread money to people. I've always wanted to win the lottery just so that I could help my family and help homeless people. Homeless people are my goal to help, because they are the ones who need it immediately, y'all. They have no shelter. Imagine not having a home to go to. Imagine never having a warm bed or a kitchen or a bathroom. Like, that is just terrible to me. Like, a lot of times when it comes to the homeless population, people are just like, well, just get a job. And I don't know that if you let yourself become homeless, that that's an option. You know, a lot of homeless people are veterans, or they have a mental illness, or they have no family to support them, you know, in that mental illness, or in that depression, anxiety, you know, whatever. So I don't know, like, I have always wanted to do what I could to help people. And you know what really sucks to me is that my daughter and I used to make those blessing bags and like pass them out and stuff to homeless people, but I thought that's just a band-aid on a gunshot wound, y'all. Like, they need a home. We need programs in place for people that are homeless to get housing and put them up in jobs and help them like come out of that depression and that mindset. And you know, once you're homeless, I feel like it becomes easier to just stay that way because you don't know what to do or where to turn. And I would love for this channel to take off and for me to help the homeless population. I'm 20 minutes from a big city. Actually, I'm 20 minutes from one big city and 30 minutes from another huge major city. And I feel like I want to help those people. I just do. And I don't know how. I don't have the resources, you know, other than like volunteering at a soup kitchen, which I could do, and I have, and I've volunteered at the animal shelter a lot. Like, what else can you do as someone who lives paycheck to paycheck, you know, and most of us do. And I don't know, like, it's just, it tugs at my heart a lot. I see a lot of homeless people all the time, and it just bothers me so bad. I just feel like they're helpless, and I feel like humans are helpless. The ones that want to help them don't have the resources, and then the rich people who could help them don't want to. And I've seen so many ignorant posts on Facebook about the homeless population where I live, saying they're an eyesore, like they hang out on benches and they camp out in town, and it just makes our city look like trash. Well, why are you worried about that kind of stuff? Like, why aren't you worried about getting them a warm place to live? Like, it just pisses me off, and I'm sorry to say that, but it does. Like, I can't read comments on Facebook a lot of the time because people say things like that, and it's just infuriating, y'all. Like, that people have this mindset where a human being with flesh and blood is an eyesore to them. Like, God created these people just like they did your rich ass. And that's how I feel about it. And it just really pisses me off. But anyway, I just, it comes back to, I feel like people are just going through it now. More now than ever. The thing about most of us is that we have money to pay our own stuff and nothing else. Like, I'm a single income household. I have a partner, but we do not live together, and I don't really want to, you know, and so I work all the time. I own my own business. I work gig jobs on the side. There's a lot of things, you know. I have stocks, and I just do a lot of stuff to make money, and sometimes it's still not enough. I mean, it's just not. The way inflation is, I don't know how we're not all homeless at this point, but, you know, it is what it is. You just have to get out there and make it happen. But I don't know. There's no shortage of ways to make money nowadays, especially with the internet, TikTok, YouTube, affiliate marketing, you know, selling online. There's just so many ways. It's like unlimited. And so I'm trying to dabble in those things so that I can have a passive income and help more people. And it's not to make myself rich, because that is not a goal of mine. A goal of mine is seeing someone on the internet in need and saying, I can help you. Or out in public, you know, just anyone in real life. But I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook for like, you know, helping people or reaching out and giving them what they need or helping them with money. And it's incredibly sad, the number of people that reach out or that need things and don't have them. And I don't know, I'm just blessed that my mom was such a driven woman, and she created me to be independent and ambitious as well, and go for the things I want and need, because she always did, and she did it without a husband. from the time I was 9 years old until I was about 20, she was single and took care of me and my brother on her income, and did it with a smile. You know, she was always such a happy person. She passed in 2021, which is a tragedy, but you know, it was very sudden. I'm not going to say how she passed away because YouTube will ban me from ever having an account, but just know that it was very sudden, and it was 2021. You can put the pieces together. But anyway, that's that, and I'm out today working. I don't know. I'm just always doing something, y'all. But let me know, you know, what you guys think about the homeless population. Who do you know, and what do you do, like, to help people? Like, what resources are in your community? I mean, what solves the housing crisis, the affordable housing crisis? Like, I live in a small town. I just moved from a big city where my rent was insane to a smaller town where it's almost half what I was paying, which sucks. I loved living in a bigger city just for the resources and the grocery stores and the restaurants and, you know, all of the opportunities I had there. But I'm a 20-minute drive from it, so it's not a big deal. But let me know what you guys have done to combat inflation, to save money, to, you know, I don't know, just live in this time that we're in right now. You know, and if you don't believe in God, that's your choice. But if you do, you know that the way the world is right now, we were warned about, you know. We were warned in the Bible that things would get really, really bad. And the fact is, they're going to get a lot worse than this. A lot of people think, oh my God, this is terrible. Well, buckle up, sister, because it's going to get worse, you know. So I try to wake up every day and have a humorous outlook on life and not let things get to me, but I don't always succeed with that. Like, I do absorb a lot of the world's, like, crap. I get mad at drivers. I get mad at people in public. It's just gotten bad. And, you know, I work in the public. I'm in the public all the time, like, in stores, you know, driving. I drive a lot. I drive 100 to 200 miles a day for my job. And people can't drive, and they don't want to drive. They are just terrible. And there's no such thing as customer service anymore, or common courtesy, respect, manners, whatever. I was born in 1981, and I was born in a time where manners were taught to your children. My mom was like really big on table manners, really big on please and thank you. Don't stare at people, don't point at people, don't be mean to people. Like, you know, she was an example of a very respectful person, and she taught me and my brother both, you know, that we can't disrespect others, that we have to have common courtesy, very basic manners that everyone should have, and that's just not a thing anymore. My generation, I feel, was the last real, like, well-mannered generation. And sometimes I catch myself letting the world rub off on me, and I'm being an asshole sometimes, and I have to catch myself and be like, what would your mother say to you right now? She would kick your ass. But, you know, I go, okay, so like, for example, I eat out a lot because I'm on the road a lot, and I'll walk up in a place, like, to the cashier, and they'll literally just stare at you. They won't even say hi. They don't greet you. They don't say, how are you this morning? It is crazy to me, because I worked fast food in high school, and I'd be like, hi ma'am, how are you today? You know, and I would make small talk with people and just find out how their day was going. I actually cared, and that's the thing you don't get anymore. You get this zombie stare when you go in places, and I have more often than not in the last month literally walked up to cashiers and they'll stare at me and I'll be like, how are you? And they'll still stare and I'll be like, are you ready for me to order? Because they don't even say like, can I take your order? And then they'll be like, yeah. And it's like I'm living in an alternate universe from what I grew up with, you know, in my teens and 20s. But y'all let me know if you find that this is a problem for you as well. Like, going places and there being literally no customer service, literally no, like, humanitarian effort to say, hi, how are you? How's your day going? I try to do that to people regardless of how they treat me, because I realize how important it is to make face-to-face contact with people, especially now with people having their heads in their phones all the time. Like, no one talks to each other in person. They don't have, I don't know, oh my god, like, you go out and you see people, like a couple, and they're just sitting there eating dinner, both of them scrolling their phones while they eat rather than talk to each other. That shit does not fly with me. I will not go out to dinner with somebody and sit and watch them scroll their phone. It's just not gonna happen. So, I don't know, like, I don't know. But anyway, this is my Thursday, like, worldly rant, I guess, because the way the world is now is just a sad, pathetic place. It really is. And we have to get up every day and ask ourselves, how can we be better? How can we help others? How can we pray for others? How can we be kind to someone today who's having a rough time? And not the opposite, because I feel as though it's more common now for people to be selfish and be out for themselves and not care how others are, rather than, you know, 10 or 20 years ago when people actually gave a crap about each other. So y'all let me know what you think. Let me know what your experience out in the world is, you know, in the last 5 years or so, because that's what it is for me. But I hope to make a walkthrough video somewhere today. I'm not really sure what my schedule is looking like today. I'm just kind of winging it, and I have to put my car in the shop either later this afternoon or in the morning. I'm waiting on a part, so that's so much fun, y'all. But I hope everyone has a fabulous Thursday, a fabulous weekend. It's supposed to get really bad and cold, and we're supposed to have snow, and I'm hoping for it. I love the snow. I'm like Elf. He loves the snow. He's told me 15 times. So that's me. I will talk to you guys on the next video, and have a wonderful week.